name is Laurie Eisman. I'm Global Director for Marketing here at 1E and your host for today's event. We're very excited for everyone to join us as we discuss how leading companies in the world have deployed Shopping, 1E's enterprise app store, to enhance the native capabilities of Servicenow. This seamless integration between Shopping and Servicenow provides a single system of record to track requests, approvals, and delivery of applications with common audit trails of all requests. It also is an on-demand end-user experience where end users can shop for IT assets, thereby maximizing self-service capabilities, and system administrators and help desk personnel have a single place to monitor the status of user requests and provide the appropriate level of response. We're joined by Ambarish Kulkarni, VP of Client Services, and Liam Morrison, Director of Solution Engineering. We'll use a live instance of Servicenow and Shopping to demonstrate how the two products complement each other and provide a solution that meets the demands of both the end user and IT. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. You'll see a question box on the right-hand side of your screen or in the upper right-hand corner if you're on a mobile device, where you can submit questions at any time during the presentation. We will address those questions at the end. The session is being recorded, and you will receive access to the slides and the recording to view again or pass to your peers. With that said, let's begin. Ambarish?
Thank you very much, Laurie. So we'll just jump right in. As Laurie mentioned, our goal today is to share with you how leading organizations use what we consider the world's best enterprise app store, which is Shopping, together with the world's best service management platform, Servicenow, to deliver superior end-user experience when deploying self-service capabilities to the end user. There are two main capabilities or characteristics of self-service applications that ensure that end-user adoption and end-user satisfaction is at its absolute maximum. The first one is providing an application and providing an interface that is easy to use and one that does not require any training. And the second is performance. And performance in this context has to do with how quickly is a user's request fulfilled and how efficiently that user request is fulfilled as well. For the first capability, we believe that Shopping delivers by far the best user interface, the most modern and easy to use user interface in the industry out there. The second capability, the tight integration that Shopping offers between Servicenow and Configuration Manager ensures that applications are delivered to the end user in the fastest and the most efficient manner. As obvious as those two capabilities and characteristics may seem, organizations continue to struggle with deploying self-service applications that truly meet the end user's requirements. The industry continues to experience low adoption when it comes to deploying self-service applications that are built and deployed by IT. According to Gartner, the number one reason why these applications fail to meet the end user's requirements is because they're built by IT and are built to solve IT problems. They're not designed to address the business user's requirements. That's where 1E takes a totally different approach, and our focus on the end user experience is paramount. We as a company firmly believe that if we deliver good end user experience, we will deliver the desired outcome as well. Now, coming back to the two key capabilities, the second capability where we focus on delivering performance, where we focus on servicing the end user's request, in the fastest and the most efficient manner also has a key dependency on the underlying platform to fulfill and service those requests. In a typical IT environment where Servicenow has been deployed as the service management platform, you see the capabilities that I've shown on my screen over here. You have Servicenow, which addresses the service management capabilities and ensures that IT applications are up and running and are meeting end users' requirements. And then on the other side, you have the operations applications, the applications that manage and fulfill IT operations, including SCCM or configuration manager. In this type of landscape, what you typically end up seeing is a huge chasm between service management capabilities and ops management. Without the ability to integrate these two silos, one is not able to fulfill the second requirement of being able to deliver applications to end users in the fastest and the most efficient manner. That's where shopping comes in. With its ability to deliver applications through configuration manager in the most efficient manner without impacting network, and its ability to integrate with Servicenow to provide IT with a centralized environment to monitor and respond to end user requirements, that together fulfills that second requirement of being able to push out applications, address IT services requests in the most efficient and fastest manner. Together, we believe, is how our customers can deliver world-class software lifecycle automation. Focusing on the integration capabilities between shopping and Servicenow, that very tight integration is enabled through the shopping integration framework. This integration framework has been available in shopping all the way from version 3. It's an extremely robust and flexible framework that has allowed our customers to integrate shopping with a variety of applications and IT service functions, such as being able to integrate with Microsoft Exchange or with SharePoint or with procurement applications like Ariba and SAP. It is also very common for our customers to integrate shopping with ticketing systems like BMC Remedy. And of course, our integration with Servicenow not only has been certified by Servicenow, but is now in active deployment at many large organizations. The shopping integration framework basically executes a series of VB scripts at different points of the software request and approval process. And then from within these VB scripts, you have the ability to launch or call out to the interface that the external application supports. We'll give you more details and show this concept live as we show you our demo. Within Servicenow, our current integration between shopping and Servicenow focuses mainly on integrating shopping with the incident and the request management modules. This allows a Servicenow administrator from a central location to monitor all user activities that are happening within shopping. Whether it was a successful request, the Servicenow administrator then has the ability to go into Servicenow and to this request management module and look at those requests. If there has been a failure, an alert is raised through the incident management module. And the switching between the request and the incident management module is all automated and built into the integration components that we have. The shopping application is a web application and is also very tightly embedded with the Servicenow portal it is so tightly integrated that in most cases, the end user actually does not even know that they have moved from a native Servicenow application to shopping. The most recent integration that we have built is integrating shopping with Servicenow's workflow capabilities as well. Although shopping has a robust internal workflow management capability as well, you have the ability to leverage and reuse some of the more complex workflows that you may have built in ServiceNow already. So a typical use case would be where an end user comes in and submits a request to download a software that needs to be purchased because it's not available in-house. You have the ability to execute a workflow in ServiceNow that interfaces with a procurement system, submits a request for that software, and when fulfilled, alerts shopping that the transaction has completed. This capability is also available to our customers today. The first characteristics, coming back to ease of use, zero training requirement for web applications, shopping checks that box very, very strongly. I, as an end user today, am used to using web applications like Netflix, Facebook, Bing, Google, etc. And these are all applications that have been built keeping ease of use in mind. They're extremely modern, they're extremely intuitive to use, and if I as an end user have access to a browser, I'm able to log into these websites with no help or intervention from IT. And that's exactly the design philosophy behind the shopping interface as well. Modern, easy to use, intuitive, and requires zero training. What you're looking at is a screenshot of the shopping application, and you will be able to see in more detail on how the shopping interface works as we get into our demo. The integration between shopping and ServiceNow has been certified on the Dublin version of ServiceNow. We are in the process of porting it over to Eureka and Fuji. It should be available very, very soon. The integration is backward compatible with all versions of shopping till version 3, and we expect it to be upward, to be upward mobile as well. The integration components are pre-built, tested, packaged, compiled, and available to you through professional services as a packaged offering. It's also available for a fixed cost, and it includes all of the services and training required for you to maintain the solution going forward. That was a quick preamble from me, and now I'm going to hand it over to Liam, who is going to bring all of these concepts together using a live instance of shopping and ServiceNow. We will, of course, take questions at the very end. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Liam.
Thank you, Ambrish. All right, so I'm going to switch into a live instance here. And just to give a quick overview of my live instance, I have two machines. We're keeping this very simple. I have an end user's machine, and I have the shopping or the ServiceNow / in my environment. There's full integration with the services, fully customizable. It can be made to look more like the ServiceNow implementation for an organization. And from the end user, I'm going to shop for two specific apps. The common use scenario to where you can pick it up and understand how it works. It works on mobile devices. It does things like provide more information on an app but don't need an approval workflow. So in this scenario, I'm going to ask for this application, which does need to be approved. So again, I have to type a reason. I hit escape there. Oh, just ran slow. So the request goes in, and they get constant feedback about what the state of their request is. If you go to the requests, a request will have been this application. So it'll include things like where they are in the environment, all of the relative information that is in ServiceNow, and in some points in Active Directory. So as part of the request, it will also add in a requested item, which is the specific piece of software being requested. And it could be multiple. You can request several pieces of software at a single time. It'll add all of those in as individual requested items. So in here, you'll have the information about why this is needed, again, the reason the end user typed, all of the specifics about this application, including a reference ID, which is used for logging and tracking. Going back into the App Store, we have the approval portal, and as Ambrish mentioned, this can be done end user, because I'm not the approver here, does not see it. So I'm going to move over to a non-approved application as well to show that going through the request. Something wrong with the installer. This is not a scenario we like to see in the environment, but we do know that this is a realistic scenario that does happen. So what's going to happen is when I request this, again, there is no approval, so it's going to actually pass through the pending approval. And right now the integration is happening where shopping is talking to ServiceNow, passing it through the approval process, and we'll see it go very quickly from pending approval to fully approved. And if we have enough time, I may be able to actually do the other approval, but I don't want manager. Shopping is going to go ahead and create the collection if necessary. If the collections are in the collection, it's been added. And now the next step that shopping is now also taken care of is it's reaching out to this computer and having it check in for work. These are all the config manager integration points that are extremely necessary when software is being requested. So what's going to happen now, however, this will not successfully now, as I switch back, is this will go from a pending state to an approved state fashion. So we'll close it out incomplete, and as Ambrish mentioned, it will then go forward and actually open up a service ticket or an incident around this. So let's check back on the install. It's going to show you where, and it will show you that it failed. So config manager has to actually go ahead and fail this. So it has now failed. The install did not act in ServiceNow. It should now. It happens within a couple seconds of the failure being reported, so we might have to give it some time to actually catch it. And I can go ahead and so 1 second, I'm actually going to go ahead and approve the other application. So I'll go ahead and approve that order. It was sent, and as described, the original failed install has now closed in complete. The second one, which is just approved, is now approved. So much like the SMS toolkit, Orca is now getting a collection created and having that installation installed onto that end user's computer. Moving over to the incident management section, I'm going to go into the new incident. You get the status code, which is coming directly from config manager, the piece of software, the end user, the location, again, all of the necessary information for why and how this install failed goes into a ticket, which then can be worked through that will now use Nomad again to bring down the software and successfully install onto this system. So it will go ahead and do the install. We might be able to catch it if we're quick enough, but Orca is very small. But it will use this system and install it and end the ServiceNow request process. With that, I don't have much more. I think we can move on to questions. I know we're running.
I'll remind you that you can submit questions into the question box on the right hand of your screen or the upper right hand corner if you're on a mobile device. You will be receiving a link within 2 days with the recording to the webinar and the slides, which you can pass on to your peers or view again. We do have a few questions queued up here that I'd like to start with, Ambarish. The first one is, does the integration have any negative impact on Servicenow performance?
As part of our certification process, we had to prove to Servicenow that the integration has no impact on Servicenow performance whatsoever, and we were able to do that. To give you another data point on why performance is never an issue is because many of the shopping transactions are actually executed and completed asynchronously. So shopping really does not wait for any information or any data back from Servicenow and to asynchronously. There is no impact on performance.
Great. Okay. Another question we have, can you create a similar experience for non-software items such as desk, office, security badge?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Today's demo, we focused primarily on showing how software applications can be delivered using shopping. But when we send the screenshot, the presentation over to you, you'll actually see that the shopping interface has the provision to shop for non-software items like laptops, hardware devices like mouse, etc.
Okay.
It's a very, very common implementation of shopping.
Okay, great. Next question, what is Nomad?
The server needs.
Next question, does the packaged offering come with the source code?
The packaged offering, we are absolutely comfortable sharing the source code to enhance that base offering that we offer as part of the PS engagement. So you will have access to this.
Approve the application.
Ambarish indicated as the workflow integration. You can actually pack the ball into Servicenow. We have chosen this for this demonstration mostly because of the end-user friendly portal. So the same place they get their software is where they can actually go ahead and approve the software. Again, that's not mandatory. We can actually pass the approval into the approval. That is certainly something that can be done.
Great. Okay. And another question, can shopping obviously?
Yep. Again, with a third-party system, but with actually multiple interfaces. So it is very common for our customers to integrate shopping with Servicenow, but in parallel also execute jobs and fulfill requests that may require shopping to interface with, say, SharePoint or Microsoft Exchange or read data from a text file. Going back to the shopping integration framework, it is a highly customizable, very flexible, and very robust framework that allows us to integrate shopping in parallel with multiple.
Those were great questions from our audience, and thank you for your participation. I just want to remind you, you will receive an email with the slides and the presentation. If you have any questions or further interest, you can just reply to the webinar invite email, and you'll get me, and I will forward it on to the appropriate person here at 1E. And we thank you again, and keep an eye out for information on our next webinars. We look forward to seeing you soon. This concludes today's webinar. Thank you.